I'd have to go look to find that is. We'll cover that later in this class. How to lock a spreadsheet so that nobody can unlock it and look at the information underneath. Okay, so if we can now pass this around, have people update it, and not affect any of the items which I've hidden. Now you're like, oh my gosh, how do I get it back? Well, do this. Just highlight C and H, right click again, same theory, unhide, and the information's back. Just know if you lock the spreadsheet that your user will not be able to go in and unlock it. Okay, you can even lock it with a password. Okay, so hide and unhide. Well, we've talked about that right click. A lot of items on there. I wanted to mention to you that each one of these sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, all the way down here on the bottom, they do have other features in there. If you right click those are the sheet commands. We can insert a sheet, we can delete a sheet, we can rename it. Like if I wanted to rename this, I could rename it. I just clicked on that and then I just type my name of what I want on it, worksheet 1, right? Each one of these sheets is another worksheet, okay? If I right click it again, I can even change my tab color. Maybe I want it to show out, and now it's turned into a red. So a lot of different things that you can do on these. We can also even hide. Notice that we can also hide an entire sheet. So maybe I don't want them to see worksheet 1. I can say hide, and guess what? It's gone, okay? Now to unhide, I hit unhide. It asks me which one I want to unhide, and I hit OK. All right. We can also move our sheets as well. If I don't like the placement of it, I can drag it. Notice I left click, I drag it, I want it over here. Okay, now I have a blank worksheet, a worksheet, and another worksheet. I can also add a worksheet just by clicking on insert, and that'll give me a 4th worksheet. Okay. To maneuver around these, you can use these arrows down on the bottom. Okay. So as you begin working with worksheets, this is what you're going to want to do. Now, for you advanced users, what I want you to do, when you do your homework, and I've got several different projects in there, do one workbook. Put them all in one workbook. Just put them in a different worksheet. Try it out, and that'll give you some practice with working with multiple workbooks, or worksheets rather. So, okay, so I could even drag that back to the first one if I wanted. So give you an idea of what's available on that right mouse button. There it is, protect sheet. So we could actually even code it there to protect the entire sheet, that if I sent this around to people, they would not be able to delete anything. Okay, so that's the hide, unhide, right click. I'm just going down my list. Oh, another one, name ranges. Okay, name ranges. Think about this. I get this big convoluted worksheet, and it's got this formula here. Check this out. Formula, all this stuff. What does that mean? Okay, think about it. You have this huge spreadsheet. It has all these calculations. What does that mean? Okay, well, what you can do is you can actually code names to your ranges. For instance, if I wanted to take these 3 fields here, this column of hours, I can actually highlight those and come up here and change the name to hours. The key is with this, you have to hit the enter key, okay? So now, if I go up here, I can hit hours, and it'll tell me what selection it is. But you're like, okay, what is that going to do for me? Think about this. We have this long convoluted equal sum B5 through B7. What if I just type equals sum parenthesis hours? And notice it comes up on your list. And I hit enter. Now if I'm looking at that, it says equal sum hours. Doesn't that make a lot more sense? Okay, and you'll see that, especially if you get working in an accounting firm, you'll start seeing a lot of these types of things used. Just because it's just, visually it's much more easier to figure out, okay, what are they actually trying to do there? To see what they're doing. So, interesting item there, just a tidbit for you. Okay, just a couple more things and we'll wrap it up for the day. One of the items I wanted to talk about was when you have more than an item that fits in a cell. Let me just type this as a test of how to adjust a cell. Okay, remember we talk about each one of these little honeycombs. You see each one of these little cells, when you click on it, it's active. Each one of those is actually considered an active cell, or actually a paragraph rather. Notice I'm actually sitting on B11 and you can't edit this information in there because I'm on B11. My item is actually typed in A11 because when I click on it, it actually shows up here. Okay, this is where this can get confusing. I'm trying to edit this and I can't edit it. It's because you're not on the right cell. If I'm sitting on B11, look, there's nothing up here. Okay, it's actually sitting in A11. Well, the one thing I want to mention to you is what about wrap text? Okay, this is a feature they added last 2 versions. And what it does, if I click on that, it automatically wraps the text for my cell. Okay, especially if you have long entries, this is a very quick and easy fix for it. But notice too, it wraps it, but it stuck everything on the bottom. Why did it do that? Okay, it does that because of your cell alignment. If I right click that, let me see if I can find it. Format cells, it's probably under paragraph is what I'm thinking. Let's see. I hit format cells, alignment, right there it is, alignment. It's saying vertical bottom. It's going to start from the bottom. If you want that to start from the top, we can change it for the top. And I know there's an easier way to do that. I just don't see it on my screen right away, okay? Another way to do it is actually click on, notice that you have up here these little arrows, okay? Right there's one, right there's one. These open up the screens under each one, right? So if I were to click their alignment under right there, they all come up, okay? There's also right here, that's orientation. There's also another one I thought, I can't see right off the top of my head, where you can align that directly. Okay, but anyway, that's where that is. So you can adjust how it appears on the screen, and that could be a big assistance when you're doing actually adding notes and that kind of thing. Guess what? I think that was part of one of the assignments, adding notes to it. That would be how to do that. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else I had on my list. Wrapping text, formatting numbers, we talked about that. There's a lot more ways to format numbers. If you come up here and click on numbers, you'll get all kinds of things, different accounting, date, time, and we'll do some with that. Alignments, fonts, your borders, okay? All of these functions that are available on these drop-in screens are usually available up here. For instance, if I wanted to highlight this and actually put a border all the way around, okay, it'll actually border just that. Okay, if I want an underscore down across, if I just click on the underscore and down on the bottom. Okay, so you noted, oh, it didn't come up there. Why didn't it come up there? I hit the wrong one. Bottom border. There it goes. Okay, so I'm playing. So anyway, just to give you some heads up on there. Well, I hope this helped out. Just remember your right click button has a lot of advanced, a lot of features on it. If you right click, there's all your samples of what is used most. You also have the ghost toolbar that comes up rather than having to bounce your mouse back up. All of your most used features are right there. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, like I said, just email me, give me a call, and I'll be glad to help you out. Just make sure you attach the file so I can have something in front of me to see exactly what you're working on. So anyway, we'll see you in Unit B. Talk to you later. Have a good day.